What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And by the way, thank you everyone for the well wishes. I appreciate it. Your boy Duty is feeling a little bit better, so sexy Duty voice might be going away soon. My apologies to everyone enjoying the deep, sultry sounds of my voice. But regular Duty will be back. That's right, folks. And again, thank you. I do appreciate it. Now, let's take a look today at the daily wrap after Phil's triumphant return, where he managed to fight through the flu, through the Ginfluenza, right? And come on and stream for a full day. That's right. And our boy Phil expected his dents to come out and wail out for him. And sadly to report, that did not happen, folks. That's right. Our boy Phil made a pretty meh day in support. And, we'll see what he has to say on this on the Daily Wrap, folks.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 3rd of November, 2023. And ladies and gentlemen, my first day back in a week away from streams, at least full days of streaming, because of my illness. And as you can hear, it's not perfect. It certainly was not a flawless day. I had to blow my nose many times. My nose is actually very chapped and raw on the edges from having to blow it so much, and dry because it's running as well. My sinus is on and off today, dripping and sounding bad. I mean, having to clear my throat quite a lot today, coughing a bit on stream. But for the most part, a successful day of streaming. We got a podcast in. We got 2 gameplay streams in. We're finally back into the swing of things when it comes to the new game releases and being able to make progress in them. I know I'm far behind probably most streamers and content creators because a whole week, was taken from me because of this stupid illness. To give you a summary of what happened today, the podcast.
By the way, folks, I quickly wanted to mention that our boy Phil here just talked about how a whole week was taken away from him. That's right. And you're going to hear a lot of that lately. You are. And then on top of that, those type of sneak quotes, what you're going to start hearing, of course, is him begging. And of course, yesterday on this podcast, he decided to use reverse psychology on the dents and essentially says he doesn't care. He's so tired of begging. He's so tired of saying, please tip me. He's so tired of begging the dents for money. So you know what? He's going to take control of the situation and not beg anymore. That's right. He actually told the dents, support in any way you want. Wow. Thank you, Phil. We do appreciate that. We appreciate that you allow your dents to support you, to give you money in any way, fashion. Big ups to Phil for allowing everyone to do that, right? But of course, he expected that the whales were going to appreciate his honesty, right? And appreciate him, taking a different tact on begging and support. And they thought that they were going to come out and wail out for him. Spoiler alert, that did not happen, folks. He barely cracked $100 because 2 dents came in and dropped, I think, $25 a piece. No, I think 1 dent dropped $50. 1 Minute Man dropped $20. And then the rest were a couple dollar tips here, dollar tips there. I mean, they did not wail out whatsoever. And then on the night stream, Spooderman, or Spider Pig, he barely cracked $40. And of the $40, I believe Haseo came in and dropped a $25 dono. Pitiful. No memberships, barely any super chats whatsoever. And Phil expected that his reverse psychology or reverse pignosis was going to have a decent effect on support, and it just did not. It just did not. The whales, the dents are just back again to their normal, contributions and so on. And again, what's killing Phil is that OIC has just been MIA. And, he doesn't have Jinx, he doesn't have Game Checker, he doesn't have those big whales that were supporting his daily content, and he's screwed. Just imagine if 1 Minute Man decides to get a girlfriend and start spending that money on a girl. Phil would lose it. He would lose his mind. He just would. All right, let's keep going.
Today went really well, where I summarized everything going on. I let everyone know, update on my health, on my wife's health, what it was like ordering groceries for the first time ever, because we've always gone out and gotten our groceries at the local grocery store. So we talked about the delivery service and, the foibles of that. Some issues we're having with delivery services right now, even though it sucks because we really need help with medicine and the like and having delays there. Talked about what I'm going to be doing now, because obviously we missed out on special events like the Halloween event and what would happen with that, what playthroughs are continuing and what order, etc. And how we'll be progressing this month. Because right now, man, I am significantly behind this month on stuff that I need to get going, which sucks, of course. But what can you do, right? It's gonna happen. I'm gonna sit back a week now. We'll be like a week or two behind doing all the setup stuff, but we'll get it done, okay? So
Again, you hear him, right? He's trying to skirt, basically saying money, support, tips. But after his reverse pignosis on the podcast, he can't come back and start saying, hey, I need money. So he's going to use these terms and these buzzwords like setback, he's behind, those type of things, and he'll make it seem like he's talking about playthroughs and those other things, like his budget. Like, he even mentions budget. We all know Phil has no budget whatsoever. He money comes in, money comes out. So of course he's going to start using of all these little buzz terms now, and so probably maybe the rest of the work week. And if that doesn't bring in money, then he'll change course and say, hey guys, I have an emergency here. I need money. Tips have been low. Memberships have been low. And I'm strapped. The two big bills. We're going to hear the two big bills coming out yet again, because Phil decided to use reverse pignosis, and apparently it's not working.
Anyway, the podcast was jam-packed full of discussion and information, exactly like I knew. We had zero time to discuss game news, which I know for a fact this week was a huge week for game news, and I couldn't even talk about any of it because we had too much else to talk about. And so if you've been wondering, cumulatively what's going on here, and you want to get caught up, watch the podcast from earlier today. You'll get the gist of it, okay? And then we started with Alan Wake 2, a major stream of it. After last night's 2 hours, it was another 3 hours today. We continued on with Saga, one of the two protagonists, and we continued on with her quest line in the Watery Town area, which is interesting because there's a whole theme park that's kind of like haunted, and then there's a lighthouse to explore, a trailer park, a motorcycle yard and stuff like that, and then a crazy, kind of haunted boss fight as well. Did a lot today. In 3 hours, we basically finished up this major chapter in Saga's story, plus did a bunch of side exploration and a lot of discovery of items and lore and things like that. So it was a great stream. All right. The one thing I will say is when I'm playing Alan Wake 2, sometimes I get a lot of engagement, and for some reason, sometimes I don't. There's been streams of this game where people are having a ton of fun and they're talking and hanging out with me, and today was a case where it was pretty quiet. And when I asked, are you guys having fun? It's weird because you guys are not responding as I play. People are like, no, we're having a good time. We're immersed in the game. We're liking your commentary. We're liking everything. Don't worry. We don't have to be actively talking with you. We are enjoying ourselves. So I just want to be sure, because I'm a little nervous when I'm playing the game and I'm immersed in it or whatever. And I realize, man, I haven't talked to my audience in a while. No one's tagging me in the chat or anything. Now people seem to like it. So I'm glad to be back into the swing of things with that game particularly, because that's one of my favorite games I'm playing right now.
Okay, folks, yet again, another buzzword that Phil is using here. Another buzzword. And by the way, let me give you a backdrop on what he's talking about. He's playing Alan Wake, and he was stuck at $40 in tips. He got $40 on the podcast and then received nothing for about an hour and a half. And then, of course, Phil he can't beg because he said he's not going to beg, right? That's what he said on his podcast. So then he brings out the old adage of, you guys have been quiet. What's going on? Why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you tipping me? That's what you mean, Phil. And of course, we're going to hear that more often. We're going to hear the chat's been quiet. You guys seem disengaged. Nothing was different than normal days. Nothing at all. But of course, Phil's going to bring out all of the old tropes to try to, nudge at the dents for money. It's so transparent and fucking pathetic, Phil. It is. I'd rather have you be honest and just say, hey guys, I need money. I need you guys to step it up. Give me money. Because at least right there, you're being honest. And at the very worst, we can say you're greedy, but we can't say you're not being honest or you're being deceptive. Just be honest, Phil. Just be honest. This course of you trying to take this reverse pignosis where, it's perfectly fine. I'm not going to talk about money. You guys can support me any way you want. I don't care. Yeah, let's keep seeing, tips of about $120 a day, and let's see if you keep giving those tropes about not caring about support.
And then tonight on the late stream, it was the return of Spider-Man 2 for the first time in a week. Remember, that was the game I tried to stream Sunday night of last week. I did, and then I got so sick I didn't stream again all week. So we continued on. We were left off with the whole symbiote suit stuff going on, and I won't spoil, but we did maybe 20 minutes of plot, which is interesting, and then immediately the game opened up with a whole bunch of side content. I was like, let's do it. So we did it, And I was like, oh, looks like I'll be able to use the new stuff that unlocked, and you couldn't use the new stuff for any of the side content. I was like, what? Yeah, the game unlocked a critical story point with all this new stuff. Then it says you can't use any of that new stuff for the side content that we just unlocked. A little weird. I did that pacing's kind of odd. Why not unlock side content that's appropriate for what you just did in the story, instead of tease you by giving you some unlocks in the story that you can't use in what they're unlocking in open world. It was very weird the way that they did it. But anyway, we had fun. It was a chill time. Side missions, completed. Lots of upgrades. This time we got a lot of damage dealing and health upgrades, suit upgrades, all kinds of stuff. And we're now in line that next time, okay, when we play Spider-Man 2, it'll be major story developments, which is what people want to see right at this point. Like, I get the feeling that's exactly what people are expecting. So get that next time, okay? So, good stuff. Now, all day, great attendance. People were nice, engaging, supporting, everything. Zero complaints. Thank you all for that. Great streaming day overall, all right? And good news is, my health held out, even though, yeah, I was coughing a little bit and had to clear my throat a lot. My health did hold out, at least for now. I don't want to get everyone's hopes up and be like, oh, yeah, so now we're just full speed ahead perfectly. I don't know. Hopefully my health does stay the level it is and I'm all right, and I can continue to stream now full time for the rest of the week. But I guess we'll see. My wife is progressing through her cold. Right now, she is pretty sick, but she was able to get up and do some stuff today. First time in 3 days she's been able to, get up and do stuff, which is nice. But she's still not feeling good. Good news is her medicine showed up, which we had ordered for overnight delivery this morning. It showed up, I'm not kidding you, at 9:30 p.m. at the end of my stream. So it was supposed to be here 7 in the morning. It showed up 9:30 p.m. at night. So now she has new medicine she can take to feel better. So she's hopefully will feel some better stuff overnight with the new medicine and everything. Decorations, this is what it looks like lit up. I don't know if you guys saw, I turned it on for the first time this morning. People like that better than this. I tend to agree. I think it looks better. It's not spectacular or anything, but I think it looks better lit up. But those are my final AA batteries, so if those die, I'm out. I gotta buy some more.
Okay, so here, yet again, more buzzwords from our boy Phil here. So what is he now talking about? Muh Health and my horse's health. That's right. So if you keep notice, he keeps talking about that. He keeps bringing up Cat. This is the person that never mentions Cat whatsoever, unless he's talking about food. Or someone's asking her, hey, where's Cat? Is she in the basement? What's going on? That's the only time he brings it up. So he has been making a massive effort since he got back, since of course his health seems perfectly fine. He has to now pull on the heartstrings of the dents, talking about Cat's sick. And of course he's making a big stink about the Amazon and the medicine. It's such a problem, and it's such a tragedy that his horse can't get medicine, right? But yet he won't go to CVS and do curbside pickup for medicine that he can pick up. No. He'd rather sit and bitch and complain that Amazon, is a detractor, and they want him to get sick, and they're purposely not delivering the medicine for his horse, right? Instead of actually getting his ass up, driving to CVS, and fucking filling a prescription and call it a day. It's not even a prescription. He's getting over-the-counter shit. You could get that DoorDash, Phil, or Ubered, or whatever. And it doesn't, cost you a couple bucks. But you'll get it, and you'll stop fucking bitching and complaining about it. But, of course, he's doing it as another buzzword for support. This is what he's gonna do. He's not gonna really bring up too much the fact that he needs money. What he'll do is he'll talk about his health, he'll talk about his budget, he'll talk about being set back. All of these terms you're just gonna hear over and over again. And apparently, I have a feeling the Dents aren't gonna get it. So Phil's gonna be forced to go on a beg alert, do one of these emergency videos, especially now that the two big bills are coming up. The two big bills are coming up next week. And that's going to be coming up, and our boy Phil is going to have a panic attack because he's not going to have enough funds to pay those bills. So just give it a few days. I'm expecting today the buzzwords will be coming out, and of course he'll be pulling on those heartstrings, and he'll be talking about my horse is sick, and hoping that the whales and the Dents will come out and throw cash his way. And I'm sorry, buddy, I don't think that's going to happen. This was your first official day back, Phil. Your first official day back. And you barely made $120 in tips. Barely any super chat. You got one super chat, I think. It was like a $50 dono. And that was it. No memberships. No nothing. They're all tapped out, Phil. And unless you've managed to do something different and find yourself another pay pig and another whale that's willing to throw $30 at you every day, I'm sorry, Phil. You're going to have to find a new avenue of making money or begging or whatever you want to call it, or you know, support. All right, folks, that's the video. Peace out.